So the UK will begin probes into foreign influence into our political system. The government has ordered an independent review into foreign financial interference in UK politics in response to what is called the shocking case of Nathan Gill, the former leader of Reform UK in Wales. Nathan was jailed in November after admitting to taking bribes for pro-Russian interviews and speeches when he was a member of the European Parliament. Announcing the review, Community Secretary Steve Reid said the government must learn the lessons from the case so this can never happen again. The review will be led by former senior civil servant Philip Rycroft and will report back in March. Speaking in the House of Commons, Reid said, "The facts are clear. A British politician took bribes to further the interests of the Russian regime, a regime which forcibly deported vulnerable Ukrainian children and killed a British citizen on British soil using a deadly nerve agent. This conduct is a stain on our democracy. The independent review will work to remove that stain." So, of course, we all know the famous case of Nathan Gill, the man who literally took bribes from Russia, who faces 10.5 years in jail. And look, this is a good thing. I'm glad the government is doing something about this. However, the government is not actually serious about foreign influence. They're only serious about influence when it's with people they don't like. They won't do anything about the glaringly obvious parts. You know what I'm going to say? Israel. A significant number of MPs take money from Israel or pro-Israel groups. The way in which the corporate media fawns over Israel. Our current government is doing the bidding of Israel. Half of Starmer's cabinet took money from pro-Israel groups. Pro-Israel lobbyists have donated to 13 out of Labour's 25 cabinet members since they were first elected to Parliament, Declassified can reveal. The list of recipients includes Prime Minister Keir Starmer, his deputy Angela Rayner, Chancellor Rachel Reeves, Foreign Secretary David Lammy, and Home Secretary Yvette Cooper. Jonathan Reynolds, who will oversee arms exports to Israel as UK Trade Secretary, is another beneficiary, alongside Labour's election mastermind, Pat McFadden, and whose responsibilities now include national security. Some of the donations were provided by Labour Friends of Israel, a lobby group which takes MPs on fact-finding missions to the region. Reeves, McFadden, and Technology Secretary Peter Kyle were recently listed as vice chairs of LFI. Other major funders include pro-Israel businessman Trevor Chin and Stuart Roden. The total value of the donations amounts to over £300,000. Now, that is just a snapshot of Israeli blood money. There's way more. You've got the Conservative Friends of Israel. Now, all of this is far worse than Nathan Gill. He's just one or maybe a handful of people who took bribes. But when it comes to Israel's influence, it's institutional. You don't have a Labour Friends of Russia, do you? That would be absurd. But I think it's particularly egregious for Reid to say that, Russia killed a British citizen on British soil, as if he's concerned about human rights. Israel is committing a genocide, but not only that, they have killed British aid workers, and the government did fuck all. Our very own were murdered by Israel for trying to bring aid to desperate Palestinians, and Steve Reid wants to go down the moral route. I don't think so. Are we supplying arms to Russia? No, but we are doing that for Israel. And for the right wing, especially Reform, they pretend to care about Britain. Britain first. Oh, we're patriots. Oh, look, Reform are also Israel supporters too. Yet if you say anything, the entire political establishment calls you anti-Semitic. So this probe into foreign influence is a farce. When you pick and choose who gets to influence our political system and who doesn't, it means it's a load of crap. There's also the fact that we are the US's little bitch. We export our foreign policy to Washington and we have no sovereignty over that. Our political system is captured by multinational corporations and billionaires and not the British people and those who live here. Remember this when you come across people who bang on about patriotism, such as Tommy Robinson, then look at how they suck up to Israel and foreign billionaires such as Elon Musk. These are grifters who don't give a toss about this country. Now, you don't have to be anti-immigrant to be patriotic. You just need to demand that our political system reflects those who live and work in this country. A country for the working class, not for the billionaires and genocidal regimes.